Hi everyone, welcome to Playwright tutorial. Today in this tutorial, we are going to learn how to handle radio button in Playwright, one of the most common elements in web forms. You will see how to select radio button and verify which one is selected. So let's begin. Create a new test file. Right click on test folder, new file, and then create a new file. We need to enter file name here. Radio and dot spec dot ts. First, import test and expect test comma expect from playwright test. Enter test case name test and then enter here handle radio button dot async on bracket page and then callback function. Now write the test case inside this block. First, open the URL, and here you can view radio button 1, radio button 2, radio button 3, and this radio 4 button is disabled. Refresh the page, and here you can view when refresh the page, this radio button 3 is selected. So we will select this radio button 1, right click here, inspect, and here input type is equal to radio. Right click here, click on this one, inspect, and this is input type, and radio ID is equal to radio button 1, and scroll down. We can look at this element by label class for radio button 1, and this is the text. So we can look at this element by label. Just copy this text, which is radio button 1. Open VS Code and navigate to this URL. Await page dot go to, and then enter URL here. Enter URL and then select radio button 1. Await page dot get by label. Here option available, get by label, and then round bracket. Inside this round bracket we will enter this text, which is radio button 1, because here label class and this text is equal to radio button 1. Radio button 1 dot check. Check is used for mark this radio button. We need to click on this radio button, so here we will use dot check. After checking this radio button, we need to add a session here, await expect on bracket page dot get by label, and this label is radio button 1 dot to be checked. Save this file and run the test. We can run the test. Just click on view and then click on terminal. Enter command here npx playwright test radio dot spec dot ts. headed project Chromium and test will be run. First, I will show you how we can select this radio button, navigate to this URL and click on radio button 1. Let's add some weight here. Await page dot wait for timeout 3000 and again run the test. In this scenario, first it will navigate to this URL and click on radio button 1. As you can view, click on radio button 1. Now select radio button 2, select radio button 2. We can copy this line of code and just change here radio button 2, radio button 2 and here dots to be checked for clicking on radio button 2, and we need to make sure that radio button 1 should not be checked after marking radio button 2. So here we will add await expect radio button 1 not dots to be checked, and again run the test. In this scenario, first you will open this URL, click on radio button 1 and then click on radio button 2. Now we will verify radio 4. This radio button 4 is disabled. So right click here, inspect, and here input type is equal to radio, ID is equal to radio button 4, and this label class for radio button, just copy this text, verify radio button 4 is disabled. Const radio 4 is equal to page dot get by label, enters this text which is radio button 4 disabled, and then use this variable name which is radio 4. Radio 4, first add expect here, wait expect radio 4 dot to be disabled because radio 4 is disabled. Now run the test, right click here and format document, save this file and again run the test. This is for open the URL and select radio button 1 and then select radio button 2 and verify radio button 4 is disabled. Now again run the test, open this URL, click on radio button 1 and then click on radio button 2. So that's how you can easily handle radio buttons in Playwright. Now you know how to select and verify radio button options in your automation scripts. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share and subscribe to Escape World. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.